Hey y'all, it's Charles. In this episode, we're going to talk about data management, following along with the Administrator Beginner Trail in Trailhead. And this is going to cover things like importing and exporting records from something like a spreadsheet or a CSV file, and exporting records for something like a backup or a scheduled backup. So let's go ahead and get started with the trail. Alright, so here we are in our Admin Beginner Trail. We've been through Salesforce Platform Basics and data modeling in past videos. In this video, we're covering data management, importing and exporting data. So let's go ahead and get started. Just do importing data. Describe different options for importing data into Salesforce, list steps involved, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it is pretty easy. Take note, read through this, and remember these numbers. You'll definitely have questions on how many records or when to use the data import wizard versus the data loader. And the thing is that the data loader is used when you have over 50,000 records most of the time. And other than that, you usually use the data import wizard. So yeah, it tells you all that through here. Read all that stuff. I'm going to skip ahead to the end. So Alright, so we're just going to go on to the challenge. I'll leave that stuff up to you guys to read. So, import some contacts. So basically what we're going to do is a CSV file is basically like a spreadsheet, but in comma separated form. So it's going to have all these records in it, strung out in comma form, but you can think of it like a spreadsheet. We're going to insert contacts into Salesforce. So if we have a list of contacts outside of Salesforce or some sort of external input file, which in this case is a CSV, we're going to use the data import wizard to put those contact records into our Salesforce system. So we don't have to manually go through and be like, oh, check this one out on this list. Okay, let's type it in Salesforce. Okay, the next one, blah, blah, blah. You can do it in mass this way. So let's go ahead and do what it says here. Save link as downloads. Okay, so go ahead and save that link, and then it says we're going to import the contact data into our developer edition, or in this case, our Trailhead playground using the data import wizard. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so I actually have my Trailhead open right here. So we're going to go ahead to setup. Pretty much everything we do is in setup. And let's find the data import wizard. Okay, there it is. All right, so we're going to hit launch wizard. Now it's going to ask us some questions, and it's going to ask us to select our input file in here. So obviously we need to do that. So first of all, we're doing contacts, and we want to add new records. So here, it tells us over here to use name for matching contact records. So match contact by name. And I guess we're leaving match account as none. We can leave these things unchecked for now because it doesn't say anything about it. And we have to select our input file. So we'll just go ahead and select CSV here, and we have to choose our file. So I saved it to the downloads folder. Where is my downloads folder? Downloads. Salesforce is in here somewhere. Let's go to recents. Here we go. This is the folder or the file they gave us. Contacts to import. Go ahead and load that in. And it says to use this ISO 88591 encoding. ISO 88591. Okay, so that's all good to go. Our file is uploaded. We see here contacts to import, and oh crap. All right. Nope, I deselected it. Go back to recents, select it. Okay, so there it is. I won't click it this time. All right, so now we're good to go. Go ahead and hit next. And so this mapping, we chose our data, we said we want to insert contacts, we chose our file. Now we have to choose, so we basically got a spreadsheet file. If we open that file up, we'll see what it looks like. We can get to my downloads. I'm going to choose to open this thing. Okay, so I just opened. Alright, so my recording stopped for some reason, but here we are, and we have these column headers: first name, last name, or F name, L name stands for first name, last name, cell phone number, email, salutation, and title. And then each one of these rows is a record after the first row. The first row here is just our column headers or our field names. So in this column, it's all first names. In this column, it's all last names. In this one, it's all cell phone numbers, and so on. So if we go to our, all right, yeah, like I said, my recording stopped and I had already gone ahead. So data import. Let me redo this part. So remember, you go to Launch Wizard, and it told us to insert contacts, so we're adding new records. It told us to match the contacts by name, and we'll load our CSV file again, recents, contacts to import, open. Alright, so it's loaded again. And okay, so these mappings, it's basically like mapping up or matching the column headers, CSV headers here, to the Salesforce fields on the contact object. So here's our CSV headers, and we have to choose what field on the contact object to map those to. So these ones got mapped automatically because their email, salutation, and title are exactly how it is in Salesforce, and this Import Wizard recognized those right off the bat, but it didn't recognize F name or L name. It might have recognized name or first name or last name, but not F name or L name. And it doesn't recognize cell because in Salesforce, it doesn't have cell phone number as a field, it's mobile number. So now we have to use this mapping button, and we map it to the Salesforce field. So here's all the fields. We can map it to an account field, but we want to map it to contacts. So you scroll all the way down, and this F name field we want to map to contact first name. There it appears, and you just want to hit map. Okay, so now we can see first name is mapped to F name. Now this one, last name, we can just go ahead and type it, last. Type last in the search bar and it pops up here. So we'll map that one, and this last one says right here to map cell to mobile. So we'll go ahead and do that. Type in mobile. Contact mobile. Okay, map. And next. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so this is an overview of what we're about to do. So if you go ahead and hit start import, congratulations, it's started. And then this takes us to the job number, the one that we just did. And you can see our job just processed. It took 71 milliseconds, 20 records were processed, and the status is completed. So there's the data import wizard. Now, let's go back to, we'll check the challenge. Woo, yeah, got that one. All right, let's go on to the next challenge. So that is export data. Go ahead and click that. And this one, there's not really a challenge at the bottom, it's just some questions. So read through this, get to know, it's the same thing. You want to use Data Loader when you're exporting a lot of records, Data Export Wizard when you're not exporting as many. So read through here. It's got a few things that you should know. If you read through this, you'll be good for the exam. So actually, it won't let us retake this challenge for some reason, but it had a couple questions there on things like how the data loader installs separately and stuff. So go ahead and read through this and you'll be good to go. It was just 3 easy questions at the bottom that you can answer from the reading. Okay, so that is it for data management. Really quick, some reasons some people might use importing and exporting is, let's say you have a marketing person who's managing an event out at a festival, or they're managing your booth at a festival representing your company. And people are coming over to your booth and signing a sheet, writing down their email and their name and stuff. And you want to insert those into your Salesforce. So you got them on a piece of paper. You have somebody transfer those to a spreadsheet. And that way you can upload all those records, all those contact records, all those people's information, or leads in this case probably. You can upload those easily to Salesforce from a spreadsheet. And you could do it one by one, just look at their information written down and click new contact, write their information down or type it in, and then you'd have to do that however many times, but it's just easier and faster with a spreadsheet. Another reason you might use this stuff is because when people migrate organizations, so larger companies buy out smaller companies, they have to get the data from the smaller company. So they have to export the data from the smaller company's Salesforce org or other data source. And then they have to insert it into the larger company's Salesforce org. And vice versa, you might need to do stuff like that. Exporting data, there's a lot of options in there for scheduling backups. So make sure you read about that too. You have that option. Yeah. Okay, so that is it for data management. In the next episode, we'll cover Lightning Experience Customization, and this one is a doozy. It overlaps a little bit with Salesforce mobile app customization as well. So these ones are going to take a while. Hopefully, I'll have these videos up by the end of the week. So thanks again for watching, and be sure to check out my channel, like and subscribe, and we'll check out Lightning Experience Customization in the next episode. All right, thanks. Bye.